What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of Zatima. This is season 2, episode 8, and let's get right into it. So, we actually start this scene off with Fatima. She is at the office, and Paul ends up showing up. So, he shows up so that way he can give her warranty for the new tire that he bought her. And I'm like, okay, cool. He's trying to give her the proper paperwork. Sounds great, right? No, because this man, he decides to hit on her again and basically ask her out on a date. Sir, this woman is engaged. You know this, and she knows this, and we all know this. At this point, you have hit on her multiple times, and she has turned you down every time. Please let this go. Please. I don't understand what it is about the way Tyler writes to where men can never say no. Or I'm sorry, not they can't say no. They never hear no as the answer. Dude, you have tried to press on Fatima how many times now, and she shut you down? Please relax. So she ends up writing out a check to him or whatever, so that way she could pay him back for the tire. And he's like, "Oh, your phone number's on here. That does not mean that you need to be calling her." But as you know, the men on these shows, they love to invade these women's privacy. So I would not be surprised if we see a phone call from Paul in the future. I was really done with him once he brought up the fact that women cheat and men cheat, and then the relationship just falls apart. I'm like, sir, nobody has mentioned anything about cheating. Only you, because you keep trying to date a woman who has a whole fiance. At this point, I'm not even mad at the fact that Zach came at you the way he did. Because even though Zach completely acted up, at the end of the day, in the grand scheme of things, I see why he came at you, because you are thirsty. Zach had to come at you that way because you are still desperate to get with his woman or his girl, whatever. And no, I'm not saying that he owns Fatima, but if he's actually dating her, they're in the process of getting married. Why are you around? Why do you keep coming into this woman's space and saying that you can take her out to dinner, you can do this, that, another for her, basically saying that you're so much better than her fiance? Regardless of if you are or if you are not, sir, back off. But let's go ahead and move on. All right, y'all. Now let's go ahead and move on to this next scene, which included Nate and what's his name, Tony, aka Dumb and Dumber. I am so sick of them. I hate them as Zach's friends. Of all the characters that we could have written, this is the best that we could get. Really, Tyler? So, Tony's in the car. He's sweating bullets. He thinks that this is a terrible idea that they are staking out at the law firm parking lot. And you have Nate going on and on about how he needs to help his bro. He needs to help Zach because he loves Zach. And also, he feels like Zatima is playing Zach, so he needs to go ahead and involve himself. Sir, go sit down somewhere. Go work on your marriage. Go work on the reason why you're sleeping on Tony's couch. How about that? I cannot lie. The way Nate's character is written, I am so over him because he has not one good redeeming quality. Not one. The fact that you are so adamant about this being Fatima, and it excites you that it's possible that this woman could be cheating on your friend. It excites you that your friend is going to be hurt. That's crazy to me. I'm starting to think that you want Zach for yourself. I really am, Nate, because there's something not clicking upstairs when it comes to you. And then this was the kicker right here, y'all. He had the audacity to say, "I know what can help Zach, Connie." Only thing that Connie can do for Zach is open up her legs. That's it. We have no context on them actually having a real relationship. She was just some chick around the way that he used to smash in the old neighborhood. Let's be for real here. And the fact that you're bringing up Connie and you're willing to set your friend up so that way he can cheat on his current fiance is crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy to me. This is the second time that you have mentioned this woman, and I would not be surprised if you bring her around probably by the next episode. Like, get it together, Nate. Like, I was so disturbed when this man was talking about how him and Connie have had a conversation where she knows that she can get Zach. It just got to be in the right setting and situation. You mean to tell me you two Negroes was out here plotting? You and Connie were out here plotting on Zach, and that's supposed to be your boy? That's supposed to be your friend? Where they do that at? Alright, y'all, so now we have Zach. He decides to join these two idiots on the stakeout because he has to find out if this is actually Fatima's profile or if it's someone else using her profile. I mean, what a coinky dink that the person who's using her profile says that she's at her office at the moment. So, of course, it looks terrible. Oh, but y'all, we'll get there. Alright, y'all, so we actually see that Fatima is walking in the hallway. I mean, not the hallway, in the parking lot, right? Of all the places for her to go, she ends up going to the stairwell, and that is where she was supposed to meet Nate, right? So, of course, this is looking bad. One thing that I will say is that this scene with not Deval, I don't want to say that, Zach and his friends, Zach was definitely channeling Martin, and I feel like that's the vibe that they thought they were going to give us with him and his two friends, but it ain't given. So I will say Deval was definitely channeling Martin though. When it came to how he was acting in the back seat. Alright, so next thing you know, Zach decides to get out the car and stomp and huff and puff his way down to the stairwell. And who does he see? Oh, Angela, y'all. How convenient, right? So now it looks like Angela may possibly be the culprit as to who's using Fatima's photo, right? Angela's like, what are you doing here? Fatima's not here. Like, why are you, in the parking lot? His dumb friends decide to climb out the car so that way they can be in the middle of the mess. I'm like, why are y'all two idiots here? Like, this looks suspicious. Go sit down somewhere. So Zach, he tries to shoo his friends away. And when they finally decide to leave, Angela happens to let him know that she has to drop off these reports for overnight in this stairwell as well. And I'm just like, wait a second. So is the person who you're dropping this paperwork off using Fatima as a profile? Because Angela did not seem like she was in a rush to get to this stairwell at all. So it didn't seem like it was her. So Angela then goes on to mention the fact that she wants to have dinner with Zach, Fatima, Bryce, and a friend. So at first, Zach ain't with it, but he ends up agreeing to it once Fatima pops up because Angela is over here begging and pleading to have dinner with them. So Angela, she goes off so that she can go turn in her paperwork. And Fatima is like, why are you here? Like, are you checking up on me? Like, make it make sense because you don't just pop up at my job like this. So he finally shows her the profile. And she's like, wait a second, this person knows my work routine. Like, it's not me, but that's crazy. And I'm like, that's actually kind of scary because why does a person have your whole, like, work schedule down to a T and then they want to meet up with somebody else? Who is using this profile? That is strange. So, forget all that because that went out the window once she told Zach to go lay down on the middle of the ground so that way she can run him over. I'm just like, okay, I get it, Tyler. You're trying to have these funny moments, but it's not necessary. So after Fatima leaves, here goes Zach's friends popping up again. And Zach is pissed off because now he's over here crushing Nate's fingers and telling him that he needs to get the profile shut down. And I'm just like, how is he going to do that? Because it doesn't seem like Nate is going to be interested in really finding out, who is behind this profile. Because we didn't have a scene where he texts the person saying, okay, I'm here. Where you want to meet up? So I'm just like, that right there was an unfinished scene, Tyler. What was that? Maybe we'll get to it the next episode? By then, I won't be interested. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and move on. So, Zach and Fatima are at the house, and Zach is trying to talk to her about this dating profile. Now, Fatima is like, what have I done that would make you think I would want to cheat and do this whole dating profile and all of this? And Zach is like, well, you got out the car with some random man. Again, she got out the back seat of the car and the person was in the driver's seat. You didn't think it could have been an Uber? Are we gonna act like ride shares don't exist in the Tyler Perry world? Okay, just great. Just great. Ride share does not exist or whatever. So they're going back and forth. And Fatima, she brings up how she's moving back into her place. Here's my thing. Again, Tyler, what are you writing? So now, after this package has come back and forth from her mama house, now she can just go move back into her old place? That makes no sense. So Fatima actually ends up shutting down the conversation because she's like, we have company coming over. And I'm just like, I kind of wish that y'all would go ahead and hash all of this out. Actually, I'm hoping for a breakup. Y'all think they're going to break up? Because I promise that would make the storyline just be so much better. Because right now, Zatima ain't it. I'm tired. Every day is something bad. Like, one thing that I can say about season one is that yes, they had their ups and downs, but it wasn't all completely down. This season, it has been completely down. There have not been any sweet moments between Zach and Fatima in a while. From sisters to now Zatima. Like, it's all negative. But let's go ahead and talk about how Bryce and Angela show up. They happen to show up at the same time. They did not arrive together. So Bryce decides to talk about the new property that he wants to get with Zach. And Zach is not trying to buy that place because Zach ain't got the money. He does not have flexible money that he can just go out and buy stuff. So then Zach is like, we're cool or whatever. But I can't lie, Bryce is giving me weirdo. Bryce is a complete weirdo. I don't know, it's something about him. Like, I miss Jace. Can y'all bring Jace back, please? Because Bryce, his energy is completely off. So Zach actually ends up leaving out of the house so he can go get something out of his car or whatever. And who do we hear? Deja. I'm like, oh God, can she please find something else to do? So let's jump on over to Fatima and Angela. And Fatima's like, oh, did you invite the doctor or whatever? And Angela's like, yeah, he's going to be on his way. Here's my thing. I hate this storyline. I really do. I hate the fact that we could not get Fatima asking, Zach to have a serious conversation to say, listen, we are going through a lot, and clearly your headspace is not where it needs to be. I think that we as a couple need to talk to somebody, not springing some random therapist on Zach. How do we really think that's going to go? Like, I hate that because at the end of the day, it makes Fatima look so like sneaky, vindictive, like especially her getting the information from Paul, regardless of how good this person may be as a therapist, it looks bad. And I get it. Zach may not be the type of person to take therapy serious or whatever, but I do feel like they should be able to have an adult conversation considering he's in his late 30s to where she tells him, hey, I need you to meet me at such and such place. And then, of course, we could have got her springing it on him there, but not her having this whole therapist come to do a night call for dinner. That is so random. So the ladies, they also talk about how, Angela, she's not confrontational when it comes to expressing her feelings and all this stuff. So they go downstairs so that way they can get some drinks, right? Cool. Then we got this unnecessary awkward scene. I'm like, okay, so this was just filling up space. Like, the only thing I got out of that scene was, why is Bryce wiggling his hips because the phone is ringing? Go sit down somewhere. So, like I said, the phone was ringing and it was Fatima's mother. So basically, this phone call was so that her mother can confirm that Fatima is going to be bringing Zach over for dinner tomorrow. And not only does her mother want confirmation for that, we also learn that her mother has done a full background check on Zach. She knows that he has one child. She knows that he has a baby on the way. And now she wants to ask him all these questions. I am tired of Fatima's mother and her dry attitude. Like, I understand that you want the best for your daughter, but could you at least try to give this man a chance? I mean, you haven't even had dinner with him yet, and you're already doing background checks, checking to see what kind of baby mamas he got and all of this. Girl, get something else to do, please. Like, I'm so not into that storyline. But let's go ahead and move on. So, Fatima mentions the fact that the reason why Zach was at the job was because of the dating profile. Now, Angela did not say that it was her profile. She didn't admit to it. But then also, she didn't really seem like she was guilty because Fatima has her eyes set on it being Belinda, who knows that they drop off their packages there, and that it's Belinda who set her up. I don't know who it is at this point. I'm starting to think that it's the lady who works in the stairwell. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and wrap this up because we got an unnecessary scene with Deja. I'm tired of Zach entertaining Deja. You already know that her neck ain't really hurt, so I don't even understand why you are still entertaining her. Even when you see her outside, you should just automatically go back in the house. No matter how loud she is, you need to avoid her. But one thing that we did learn was that she supposedly talked to somebody and she plans on suing Fatima. All right, great. Let's just go ahead and wrap this up, y'all. What do y'all think about Zatima at this point? I'm tired. Like, are we getting just 10 episodes? That'd be cool. But if they try to push like 20, I don't know how I'm gonna make it because there's nothing good happening in this show. I'm over it. But let me know what y'all think about it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.